Welcome back. You're tuned into Lunch Money. Let's put the spotlight on the defensive space, namely pharma and IT. First up, let's focus on Sun Pharma. It's announced a buyback of about 7.5 million shares, or 3.8% of paid-up capital, price at about 900 rupees per share through tender offer. The offer opens on September 22 and closes on October 5. What should investors do with this? Let's analyze with Sarabjit Kaur Nangra, Vice President of Research at Angel Broking. Afternoon, Sarabjit. Thank you for joining us on Lunch Money today. Buyback price, I believe, about 10% premium to current market price. What would you advise investors to do? Should they tender into this offer or hold on to their investments?
See, as far as Sun Pharma's buyback is concerned, given that, as you rightly mentioned, it's just a small bit of the overall equity, and given that Sun Pharma has underperformed as a stock also in comparison to its peers, I believe it will provide a good support to the stock. And but in terms of investors, we believe Sun Pharma has a potential to move up beyond these levels also, which is the indicative price of around 900. So I guess long-term investors who are already into the stock can wait and hold on to their stock, though the stock will react positively to this buyback, and which will again add to their holdings, returns in their holdings. So I guess it's a good move, but long-term investors should hold on to the stock and not give in to the buyback.
Fair point. So long-term investors should hold on. Sarabjit, just talking about Sun Pharma, do you believe that near-term revenue growth is clouded by regulatory concerns, especially the kind of complexities that are arising out of the Ranbaxy merger, and possibly in the short to medium term, the outlook may not be that rosy on this one?
Oh, that's a known factor. I mean, it's known, it's documented even by company that probably this year will be impacted. You have even domestic being uncertain, not with respect to Sun Pharma, but overall industry-wise also. So I guess, yeah, this year will be a bit subdued, but I think next year it should pull up. And going forward, we believe there is a possibility that, in terms of profitability, the synergies will also start coming in more evidently from FY18 onwards. So I guess that's what I said, it's a long-term story. So already the stock has not done anything. So any investor who's trying to get in or has a holding should not come out of it just because this year seems to be a bit subdued. So in fact, that's an opportunity, because bad times are only the times when you get entry or you can make money in a blue chip. So given that opportunity is there, I think investors should hold on to the stock, not give in to this buyback actually.
Also, Sarabjit, just put in perspective the kind of impact that the Halol plant clearance can have for Sun Pharma earnings as well as the stock price movement.
See, these impacts are definitely a long duration impact, because once clearance will happen, then approvals will come in, and approvals will take time in terms of reflecting. But in terms of, definitely it will lift up in terms of legal costs. It will do away with much of other things. So I guess it's more of profitability impact which will be seen near term, and sales growth impact which will probably come in later on. So it will take at least, I would suppose, 2 or 3 quarters before it starts reflecting. So I guess it's more sentimental, and obviously in terms of upgrading, the earnings upgrades will happen. So definitely it will be a big trigger for the company going forward.
Fair point. Sarabjit, let's shift focus from pharma to IT now. Just going through your recent report, 2 stocks that you have a call on, HCL Tech and Infy. Let's start with HCL Tech. As far as Q1 earnings were concerned, nothing really to enthuse the markets. Even after the analyst meet, the stock has not shown a significant improvement. What should one do with HCL Tech right now?
See, again, we believe that companies, especially blue chip companies which have the bandwidth in terms of management, they have the business model in place. When the times are bad, or market tends to punish underperformance or lower than expected performance very severely actually. and that's what we have seen in the case of HCL Tech, which was one of the outperforming stock in IT used to be earlier. So that severe beating has given an opportunity for investors to get into the stock actually, and even if you look at the guidance, it is around constant currency guidance they have given around 12 to 14%. So I think which is very good guidance and is in line with Infosys. So I guess there is nothing negative in the stock. It's just that yeah, a couple of quarters have gone wrong, and I guess subsequently it will change. The underperformance is more to do with the macros actually. Macros in the sense of Brexit and other developments which have happened, which have impacted the order execution part of it, not the order inflow. So that's why managements are also confident and are sticking into guidance of around 12 to 14%. So I guess like in Sun Pharma, in IT also FY17, which we started the year with a lot of gung-ho that it will be a good year, but it's turning out that the guidance have been proved by most of the companies, and they have realistically set it around 12 to 14%. So I guess stocks have also reacted, and so if given that the long-term potential of the industry is intact, I don't see any severe concern over there. And even if we go by Infosys guidance of next say 4-5 years, it is expected to do 13 to 14% growth easily. So I guess there's no concern industry wise. So in such a situation when industry is not at risk, but there is an event which has happened like Brexit and which is causing hiccups in the earnings, I guess those are the times to get into the stocks, because those are opportunities when you get them cheap. And I guess that's the reason if you look at both of the stocks, they're trailing at around 14 times FY17 numbers, not even 18 numbers. So I guess 14 times, which easily gives you earning yield of 7%, and they have potential given the cash that is sitting on the books. The companies are very cash rich, so dividend potentials are higher in both the stocks. So I guess it's a decent, even if I don't do any earnings, aggressive earning building, it's a value stocks. Actually, IT space has become a value space right now, and amongst these large caps, you can see the valuation of large cap itself. Infosys and HCL kind of companies, they're value companies, but ROEs, operating ROEs are higher, business ROEs are higher than 40%, and the stock growth is not that bad given the size of the company. The sizes of the company are easily upwards of 40,000 CR companies. So and that growing at 12 to 14% is not a small task. It's just that yeah, this year it is falling below expectation. So because of Brexit, deals are not getting executed that fast as they were supposed to be. So I guess that is factored in by the stock. So we are positive on the space particularly, and these two stocks we find value picks in the space given the valuation and the profitability that they are trading at. So I think it's a good time for investors to get in both these stocks actually.
Fair point. Infi, the valuation gap to TCS has been narrowing for this one. If you take into some of the commentary that's come in from the management lately regarding deal wins, just combining two questions here. How are you looking at the ability to win deals this year and the overall competitive scenario? And on a broader basis, what are the risks and triggers that you should be watching out for as far as an Infi is concerned?
See, in case of Infosys, they have kind of come out of a zone of low growth, and because of the new management Sikka coming in, we have seen a lot of good deal wins happening. We have seen good execution happening in terms of run rate improving, in terms of quarterly run rate improving, in terms of volume I'm speaking right now. So I guess given that scenario, I guess Infi is headed for good times. Again, Infosys had to prune down its guidance after its quarterly numbers because of Brexit again. So that is a macro event which has happened for all the companies in IT. So I guess again, in spite of that, they have given a guidance of 12 to 14%, which is lower than earlier, but I guess it's a good guidance. So as far as HCL and see, Infosys premium and discount is something which market tends to give or happen because of growth. When HCL was growing higher than Infi and TCS, it was supposedly the new big bellwether stock in IT, and when few quarters went back, didn't went as per expectation, the stock reacted, and now there's no premium that it enjoys. Same is with Infosys. I mean, Infosys, when it is doing well with vis-a-vis TCS, used to enjoy a good premium. Now since TCS is doing fairly well, not few quarters back but few years back, so TCS was enjoying a premium. So this game of premium and discount, I guess, is a function more of growth that the market interplays and keeps on happening. But being a fundamental analyst, looking at the long-term prospects of the industry in terms of its profitability and growth, I guess these industries at current valuation are good opportunities. So we are looking from the long-term perspective because we believe that's where the money can be made, and these kind of premiums and discounts keep on happening depending upon how your annual growth rate tends to shift. But I think multiples don't change. So, but market tends to, in a short duration, take them to extreme, and this is one of the extreme which has happened in IT, that the most stocks are become a value zone. They have come into a value zone area wherein I believe the growth is still not very less. It's still in line with GDP. So I guess it should not be traded so badly vis-a-vis market also. So I guess IT stocks can be battered very badly. So I think it's an opportunity for company investor to get in these stocks, because profitability of more than 40% and growth of around 12 to 14% is not that bad. If you look at Sun Pharma also, pharma companies also, they are actually, just to give an example, it's not that they should be trading at the same valuation, just to give you a feel of what I'm trying to put in perspective, is that in pharma companies, if you look at Sun Pharma and all of them are business wise ROEs of around 25 to 28%. And they are also growing at 15 to 17 to 18%. So this is the range I'm generally talking about. So there the valuation, the P multiple that they enjoy on a forward-looking basis is almost 25. Or even if I take FY17, they would be easily trading at around 27, 28. So in context to that, you have a business, far superior business model in IT with similar growth range, and it's trading at 14 FY17. So it's clearly a sense, it's just to give you a flavor of it. I think IT is currently a value zone and a good pick right now, and the risk actually are kind of factored in. Risk is that the execution will not happen to execution. I mean, the risk is what I think industry perceives in these stocks is that this industry will go through a phase where they will have to change, get into new matrix, and
absolutely.
That will take time or make some players less growing than other. I guess that is which people say in terms of cloud and other technology, but I think that's part of any business.
Right.
So companies like TCS, Infosys, they already geared up to increase their exposure to such domains, and they are also getting into automation in a big way to maintain profitability.
Right.
So I had to put my point across. I think they are value stocks and they should definitely be considered, and these are blue chips within IT,
Right.
which are available at very reasonable valuation. And apart from valuation, they are good dividend paying candidates also, possibly, given that the cash, they are sitting on strong cash
Right.
on their books. So
Fair
given
point,
these two
Sarabjit,
positives, we are buyers in both the stocks.
Right, Sarabjit, we'll leave it at that, but thank you for your analysis on those stocks. Infi and HCL Tech, top picks from Sarabjit there. Value picks for the long term. Use the current slide to buy and hold for the longer term. Just pull up